Today, I invite you to come along with me on a journey. I'm going to share a special story about an iconic photojournalist who came to America, went to New York City at the age of 16, worked as a clerk, started making leather, was introduced to photography by the dude who invented the Morse code, and the story continues. So if you're interested, come along, because we got plenty of space. So here we are inside the Mathew Brady's memorial. This is really cool. They have it broken down into sections. It's a lot of his work. So for example, right over here we have famous people that he photographed. Over here we got postage stamps that were used from his photographs. And then over here we got African American history people that he photographed, like Frederick Douglass, Anna Douglas. And then we got some of the Underground Railroad over here, the Civil War, some Native Americans over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on some of the photos so that y'all could get a better look of some of his work. That's Mathew Brady himself right there, circa 1861 and then 1889. Some of the famous people that he photographed: General Grant, John Brown. And here is some of the postage stamps. The camera is the eye of history. Did y'all know that Mathew Brady, he photographed many presidents, a lot of historic figures, Frederick Douglass being one of them, Mr. Abe Lincoln. That portrait that you guys know from the $5 bill and the penny, that was actually taken from a photo that Brady took of Abraham Lincoln. Here's a little story about Mathew Brady. Around 1887, his wife passed away, so he went into a deep depression. And shortly after that, around 1896, he passed away from complications of a car accident. But he died with no money. After all the money he had made, he went broke and filed for bankruptcy because he had a vision for some of his work of the Civil War, and he put all his money into that as an investment, thinking that the government was going to want to buy all his work or whatever the situation was. And it turned out that nobody was interested in the photos. So after he invested thousands of dollars, he ended up having to file for bankruptcy. So he died so broke that he couldn't even afford a tombstone. So around the early 2000s, a photography collector by the name of Larry West, he came to visit Mathew Brady in the cemetery, and he noticed that there were 4 plots available around his plot, but they had no names, they had nothing. So this guy, Larry West, he inquired about the plots. So he bought all 4 plots that were available, and he came up with this memorial that you see behind me. So on September 17, 2022, Larry West decided to create this monument, and it had to be hurricane proof, earthquake proof. It had to have bronze. It had to last another 200 years, and it had to be interactive with us, so for the public. So here we are on the side of the memorial. There's photos of some of the people who contributed towards the memorial, including Larry West himself. So this photo up here on the top, this is Larry West, Larry John West, photo historian. So that concludes the visit here, paying homage to Mathew Brady. I hope y'all enjoyed a little bit of that story. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Something a little different since we are in Washington, D.C. I tried to do as much as I can, explore as much as I can, other than just the traditional White House, the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument. You know, everybody knows all that history and everybody does that. I mean, if that's something you guys want me to do, I don't mind doing it for y'all. But I just feel that there's plenty of videos about that, and there's a lot of other stories that can also be told and shared. So I try to bring that to you. I try to keep it original as original as possible. So I hope you all enjoyed it. But with that being said, please make sure you like, subscribe, ding the bell, comment below, let me know what you think, and don't forget to see new places, meet new faces, and always leave a space for love. Peace.